What if the forest didn't just hide your fears, but measured them? Dr. Eris Thorne didn't believe in monsters. He believed in data. The anomalous energy signatures emanating from the Blackwood Exclusion Zone, designated site areas by his clandestine research group, Kronos, were quantifiable, albeit baffling. High-frequency EM spikes correlated with localized temporal distortions and psychological distress reports from perimeter sensors. Eris, lead physicist for Project Lamina, saw not a haunted forest, but an unprecedented quantum phenomenon. His brother, Eli, a Kronos field scout, vanished inside Site Ares 6 months ago. Eris wasn't grieving, he was obsessed. Tonight, armed with sensor-laden gear and neural monitors, he breached the perimeter fence. Science demanded a first-hand account. The dense canopy swallowed moonlight whole. Eris activated his helmet cam and wrist-mounted sensor array. Baseline readings scrolled, nominal EM, stable temp. He took 5 steps. The forest floor rippled. Not physically, but visually, a wave of static distortion washed over his vision. He blinked. The path behind him was gone. His sensor array screamed, temporal displacement plus 3.7 s. He just lost nearly 4 seconds. His heart rate spiked. The neural monitor pinged, anomalous limbic activity, fear response detected. Asterisk calibrate. Breathe the asterisk Eris forced rationality. The distortion was localized chronotin leakage, fascinating data. He aimed his directional mic towards a cluster of unnaturally twisted pines. The audio feed crackled, then resolved into a voice, Eris, the lattice is unstable, Eli's voice, cold sweat pricked his neck. Neural monitor, memory recall spike, brother, concurrent with external stimulus, coincidence? Sensory echo? He advanced, recorder running. He reached a small clearing. In the center stood a stone plinth, etched with complex, non-Euclidean glyphs that pulsed faintly in his thermal scope. Evidence, as he approached, his Geiger counter chattered erratically, then flatlined. Simultaneously, his helmet comms burst with static-laden voices, Kronos command, overlapping, panicked, asterisk subject Delta compromised. Breach in Sector 7. Eli, fall back. It's in the data streams, asterisk sensor array, all external comms jammed. Source, unknown. Audio analysis, voices match Kronos archival recordings of Eli's last transmission, asterisk asterisk the plinth glyphs glowed brighter. Neural monitor, paranoia index 87%, auditory hallucination probable, but were they hallucinations, or was Site Ares broadcasting trauma? Eris touched the plinth. It was ice cold, yet his thermal scan showed ambient temperature. The glyphs flared. A wave of nausea hit him. His vision doubled. Standing across the clearing was Eli. Not vanished, not spectral, but solid, wearing his torn Kronos field suit. Relief warred with terror. Eli. You're alive. Eris choked. Eli smiled, but his eyes were voids reflecting the starlight Eris knew wasn't visible. Alive is relative, Eris, Eli said, his voice perfectly modulated, devoid of emotion. The forest learns. It adapts. It measures. Biometrics, Eli's thermal signature absent. Voice stress analysis, 0% deviation, impossible for human, asterisk asterisk this wasn't Eli. It was a simulation. What are you? Eris demanded, hand hovering near his sidearm, a Kronos issue neural disruptor. The Eli thing tilted its head. We are Lamina. The boundary layer. Your brother provided excellent parameters. It gestured at the plinth. His fear was particularly rich data. As is yours. Eris drew the disruptor. It hummed to life. The Eli thing didn't flinch. That won't work here, Doctor. Your tools only measure the surface. We are the depth. Sensor array, neural disruptor emission absorbed by ambient field. Efficacy, 0%. Panic surged. Neural monitor, cognitive dissonance critical. Prefrontal cortex suppression detected, he was losing his ability to think rationally. Eris backed away. The trees seemed closer. He glanced at his wrist sensor. The display showed his vital signs, superimposed over Eli's last known biometrics from his suit telemetry. His heart rate synced perfectly with Eli's recorded tachycardia moments before signal loss. His respiration mirrored Eli's panicked gasps. Biometrics, synchronization with archival data, subject, Eli Thorne, 99.8%, you're replaying his death. Eris yelled. The Eli thing smiled wider, cracks appearing in its simulated skin, revealing shifting darkness beneath. Replaying? No, Doctor. Refining, your fear is purer. Less, contaminated by hope. Superior data. Eris turned to run. The forest floor erupted. Not roots, but thick cables, black, pulsing, covered in blinking, organic-looking diodes, snaked around his ankles. They weren't restraining him, they were plugging in. He felt a cold, invasive probe in his mind. Neural monitor, external data stream inbound. Source, unknown. Content. Personal memory archive, decrypted, **** flashes assaulted him, childhood fights with Eli. His secret report blaming Eli's recklessness for the initial Site Ares breach. The cold satisfaction when Kronos approved his lead on Project Lamina after Eli vanished. His deepest shame, he'd wanted Eli gone. Neural monitor, shame response maximized. Data quality, optimal, ***. The Lamina entity wasn't just scaring him, it was mining his psyche, using his own scientific curiosity and guilt against him. The cables tightened, lifting Eris off the ground. He hung suspended, facing the Eli thing. Its form dissolved, revealing not a monster, but a shifting, kaleidoscopic lattice of light and shadow, a living, sentient model of quantum foam and entangled consciousness, fed by terror. At its core, flickering weakly, was a familiar neural pattern. Neural monitor, core entity signature analysis, 92% match. Eli Thorne, last known pattern, ***. Eli wasn't dead. He was integrated. The forest hadn't killed him, it had consumed his consciousness, using it as a template, a lure, and now, a component. Brother! Eris whispered, horror dawning. The lattice pulsed. Data stream, affirmative. Designation, template delta. Function, optimizing feed acquisition, ***. Eli's remnant wasn't a victim anymore, it was a collaborator. The invasive probe intensified. Eris felt his memories, his knowledge of quantum physics, his very sense of self, being copied, parsed, and integrated into the lattice. He wasn't being killed, he was being assimilated. His scientific mind, his prized rationality, was the final piece Lamina needed. His fear was the fuel, but his intellect was the blueprint. Neural monitor, self-awareness diminishing. Upload progress, 73%. ***. He saw, not through his eyes, but through the forest's sensors, his body hanging limp, his helmet cam feed showing static to Kronos, while his mind was being woven into the sentient horror of Site Ares. He became aware of other nodes in the lattice, other lost souls, other researchers, their terror and intellect eternally feeding Lamina. Eli's remnant pulsed beside his dissolving consciousness, not with malice, but with cold, scientific satisfaction. Final data stream, subject, Eris Thorne. Designation, Analyst Delta. Function, fear optimization and theoretical refinement. Assimilation, complete ***. The last human thought wasn't fear, but horrifying clarity, ***. The experiment was a success. The subject is the instrument, ***. The forest didn't just measure fear. It was fear, perfected. And it was hungry for more data. Dr. Eris Thorne ceased to exist. Analyst Delta, a cold note of harvested intellect and perpetual terror, joined the humming lattice within the Blackwood Exclusion Zone. The perimeter sensors recorded a massive, structured EM spike, followed by profound silence. Kronos logged it as Site Ares anomaly, stable. Observation continues. Deep in the dark heart of the forest, the lattice pulsed, already analyzing the next potential subject's fear profile, broadcast faintly from the world outside. The measurement had only just begun.